Books we read, books we read.
La 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 la
Hey guys, welcome to Between the Pages. Today we're joined by Tripti, a very fun and enthusiastic person to talk to. Today she's here with a very special book, The Legends of Laxmi Prasad by Twinkle Khanna. In this episode, we explore all the 4 stories mentioned in the book and how Twinkle Khanna's writings resonate with us as Indians. Let's welcome Tripti. If you like today's discussion, make sure to hit that subscribe button. And if you would like to come on our show as a guest, fill out the form. The link is in the description below. Hello, Tripti. Welcome to Between the Pages. How are you?
I'm good. How about you?
I'm fine.
Fine.
Please introduce yourself.
Yes. So I'm Tripti Agarwal, and I'm qualified in finance stream and all. I used to do some jobs, but from last 10 years around, I'm teaching kids. I started my journey from teaching 8th grade, 9th grade, but now I'm teaching 11th and 12th grade mostly, and enjoying being in between young energy, which we miss generally. They have different viewpoints and different this. And coming to reading and all, so I started a little, like I belong to a very small town, Surat. Okay, so there was nothing like going to school was a big, not a good thing for my generation and the kind of family I belong to. And other than this, extra reading books were not at least there in my city. I used to see my cousins, they used to be in Calcutta. I used to see them reading, but I never get intrigued till the time I got into my MBA, where my friends actually introduced me to some different books. I remember my first book is Chetan Bhagat's 5 Point Someone. Have you seen the movie Three Idiot?
Yes.
Yeah, it is loosely inspired by this. They claim like that. So yeah, that kind. So then I moved into this. I started loving reading the books.
Cool. Okay, that sounds super interesting. So, can you tell us what book you're here with today?
Yes. I saw your podcasts, many. So I saw, especially adults like me are coming up with very serious and good books, deep knowledge book. I chose to come up with this simple book, Twinkle Khanna's Legend. I was reading this book when Shrishti was very young, and I used to run after her a lot, full day. So at the end of the day, I didn't want to get into some very deep, knowledgeable book or some serious kind of book. That time I came across this Twinkle Khanna's series of books. So what is special about this book is it is like you're reading a film, you're reading a script of the movie, and you're getting the idea of the society also. The problems of the society are very well addressed. Yes.
Yeah, I've read one of Twinkle Khanna's books. Someone recommended it to me.
Oh, lovely.
I shoot his Funny Bones, and it's also really nice.
Yes, it's very cute. It's a very light reading, but still at the end of the book, it keeps you in a thinking mode. Ki, what actually I did read. Yeah,
And
that's
it's the way that it actually resonates with the audience, and you can actually feel that this happens to me.
actually, and language is quite Indian. So sometimes it is like very easy to resonate, as you mentioned. It is very easy to connect, especially in the time when you're tired from the whole day, or you're just having a flight, easy reading. So yes, this is a very good book.
Yeah. Okay. And humor is a significant element in Twinkle Khanna's.
Absolutely.
Yeah, can you share some moments that Twinkle Khanna put humor in this
Yeah,
book?
correct. So this book is a collection of 4 stories, and the best thing is that she kept the characters' name Laxmi in all of them. Right? So Laxmi is a female also, a male also, and different. So she was bringing up some different incidences, some funny, but at the end of the funny incidences, like it was a message. Like in story number 2, there were 2 sisters. Okay. And the main character, Noni, the Salam Noni Appa. So वहाँ पे it is like कि the character is 60 plus. She is a widow, and now she is getting into a life. She was very serious, self calmed and composed person, but she fell in love with her yoga teacher. who himself is frustrated in his life and all. So they were very funny moment, and how they gel between this kind of incidents, like hiding themselves, not hiding themselves. They came across very nicely written.
All right. And what was your favorite story out of all the four?
I see. Whole world loves the fourth story, which is about the Padman, because we saw the movie also, and it was really inspiring. I really loved first story, the very first one, which actually forced me that I should continue the book. The first story is again is about two sisters. Farmers, a farmer had two daughters, very poor farmer, and one of the daughters, there was an age gap, so somehow he collected the money for dowry and all, and he married the daughter. The other daughter used to listen the daily stories at home that her sister has got beaten. They are still demanding money even after the marriage and everything. Then her elder sister gets pregnant and she's been sent home, yani, to her father's home, to Laxmi's home back, that you should go and deliver the child there. Ideally, the intention was to see whether it is a boy or a girl. So she realized that her sister's body had scars and everything. So she wanted something, a very small girl. She wanted something that girl should be independent financially. And how can a girl be an independent in a small village or anywhere? She came up with a beautiful idea that as soon as a girl will be born, the parents must plant at least 10 mango trees, which should grow along with the daughter. Every year it will give you fruit, and that money will be the girl's money. And she will never be financially dependent on anyone. So I really love the story of financial independence. So first story is my favorite story.
That was nice.
Yeah.
Um,
How
okay.
about you? Have you gone through the book by any chance?
Not really. I just have read one to two Khanna's books, and I was just like researching a little about this book.
Sometime if you get the chance, do read her columns. They are very quirky.
Okay. These characters in the story undergo personal growth and transformation. Can you discuss these journeys and how they impacted you as a reader?
Okay. So the journey was it has been very easily presented. Okay, they were not very disturbing to you or like, but yes, they were going through a lot of things in their life. As I mentioned, that girl seeing your own sister in pain with scars and all, it's not easy. In second story, you are in 60s, you're a senior citizen, but still having hope in the life. So that journey is very interesting. I won't say they were not sad in life, they were not perfect in life. The presenter, the story writer presented it in that way, right? It is a small book, same as the last one, the Padman's story. What all he has gone, we have seen in movies, right? In real life, he must have gone multiple times more, right? So that is how it is. The journey is quite good. It has been presented in a very good way.
Okay. And how do you think the messages and lessons conveyed in the book can be applied to our own lives?
Yes,
Right.
yes, very much. We know all this. There is nothing new that we don't know. Like we know women hygiene is important in any terms. We know that yes, a girl should be financially independent. Hannah. And we also know that everyone has a right to love, right? It is not based on age or any other terms. But still, all this a stigma. Still, it is a problem. Okay. So yes, the messages are very clear, very crisp. That you don't have to go out and you have to do something very big. A small step can also be good enough. You every time flaunting is not important.
What was the fourth story? I know the first story you mentioned, the second story of the oil, even
Yeah.
the last story of man.
Yeah, the third one actually I didn't very much resonated with it. So I usually don't talk much about it. But yes, it was a good thing how you are actually loving yourself. It is more about loving yourself. It is more about how Lakshmi goes through different things in the life and love herself more about. So more about recognizing yourself. So
Okay.
yeah.
Twinkle Khanna's writings often incorporates element of Indian culture, as you mentioned. How did the cultural aspects of portrayed in the book enhance your reading experience?
Yes, Twinkle Khanna is one of the person who herself belongs to a very, I guess, a very rich is a small word. She herself belongs to from a very good family, famous. Her father was from a very superstar. His husband is a superstar, but her husband, I mean. So, but still, she touches the elements of some of the base root problems, right? Like in her first book, she actually related something between mother and son or a child, how a mother goes through the things every time. Board exam, simple thing, board exams. Do you think she really worries about board exam? Her son is so yeah, but it connected to many of us, right? So yes, the cultural doesn't mean that it has to be religious. The cultural things can be something every woman, every man, every child is going through, right? So this is something I like about her, that she's very observant. She observes a lot and she can put it in her own way.
Okay. So we're coming to the end of this podcast.
Absolutely.
We have a ritual in this podcast where every guest writes a question for the next guest.
Yes,
So I have a question for you. It's
absolutely.
from Nisha, and she's asking, when you read any book, do you imagine yourself as a spectator or as a character of the story?
I'm usually a spectator. I love to be an audience. So I love to sit and I love watching movies and all. So yes, a spectator. Definitely. Entertainment, entertainment.
All right. Do you have any questions for me?
Yes. So you are in your early teens, or just must have been entered into teen somewhere near, right? So what is one thing you want to change in a very small way or a bigger way about the teenagers' perception for the not your perception, people perceiving for you all?
I think a lot of teenagers have fixed mindsets
I
for
agree.
every little thing, and I don't think that should be the case because it kind of, stops you from growing as a human being.
I agree.
And I think a lot of people have this thing in their mind that during these teen years, you can just do
Absolutely.
whatever you want to do, play, just party or whatever. But I was reading this book. It's called Seven Habits of Highly Effective
Yes.
People.
Very pretty.
Yeah, and it made me realize that these years are the years that you have to be actively focused and plan your life out, like practice your skills and everything. So
Absolutely.
yeah, so I think a lot of teens don't think about this and
Ah, yeah,
they use
yeah.
of their time for entertainment. And I really think everyone should have a good mindset and work.
Yes. And being introvert and being reserved doesn't mean that we don't have any hobby or any good thoughts or any good motives in life. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So,
Thank you so much. I had a really great time talking books with you today.
yeah, I really like your smile, and that's the only reason I agreed. So, it was really good. So, let's see.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. Bye bye, Bacha.
I hope you guys liked today's discussion. Until next time, it's me and Alilani closing the BDB book for this week.
Books we read. Books we read.
La 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 la